Good morning. April is Autism Awareness Month. So today we'll look into what's being done here in Michigan to make life better for people and families living with autism spectrum disorder. My guest, Dr. Colleen Allen, President and CEO, Autism Alliance of Michigan, Dave Meter, Chairman, Autism Alliance of Michigan Board, and Kenneth Greer, Navigator Specialist for the Autism Alliance of Michigan. And later on our Sunday morning program, we'll check in with Detroit music journalist Gary Graff about this year's Detroit Music Awards. And yes, we'll also remember a barrier breaker. It's Sunday, April the 10th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Members of the Autism Alliance of Michigan, thanks for joining me today on Spotlight. Good seeing all of you. Dr. Allen, I'm going to start with you. You're president and CEO of the Autism Alliance of Michigan. This is National Autism Awareness Month. So it's being celebrated and recognized and being educated all across this land of ours. Where does Michigan fit into that? If you had to give a quick overview, number of people affected, growing problem, what would you say?
Certainly. So the latest CDC incidence rates now puts autism at 1 in 44 people, which is growing every couple years that they actually do these measures. Boys are affected roughly 4 to 5 times more than girls, although we're learning a lot about how girls are diagnosed. So there's some interesting research happening there. In Michigan, we actually do not have good numbers, and it's not easy data, number one, to collect. We know, especially thinking about the adult population, that there are a number of individuals who have been diagnosed but choose not to disclose, or those that have really struggled with some of the challenges we know are associated with autism, but have never been diagnosed or would think to become, to diagnose and go through an evaluation process. So the numbers are challenging. Generally, what we would do is we would take that statistic, 1 in 44, and apply it to our Michigan population. And then the last piece I'll add here is that we can refer to education data. So we keep autism eligibility information on students. But again, it's not perfect because there are children not diagnosed, and the way schools determine autism is different from how a medical professional may go about that. So
Sure.
There's just not great data to rely on.
Right, so it's clearly a work in progress. Dave Meter, you spent 25 years in the executive suite at DTE Energy. You retired with a great career there. You're chair of the board for Autism Alliance of Michigan, but you've been involved with this topic for quite some time.
My interest and involvement started with 26 years ago. Peggy and I adopted a baby girl from Guatemala. And as she came home, we had 3 older boys, and Peggy's a nurse. And so we watched developmental milestones pretty closely and started realizing that she was not hitting her milestones and started researching what was going on. At that time, we had no prior experience with autism. And 26 years ago, there was not a lot known about autism. And what we found out as parents is that everything was too hard. It was too hard to get a diagnosis. It took us years to get a diagnosis. And then the other thing that we learned was once we had a diagnosis, there were no therapies for autism, therapists for autism, because insurance didn't cover autism at that time.
Right.
And so it kind of thrust me into, this is not right. We need to change the world. And that's how we started the Autism Alliance. And one of our very initial things that we went to work on was the autism legislation, which mandated that these therapies be covered by the insurance companies. And then, many companies don't, they self-insure. And so then we went to work on getting large companies, including DTE and the automotive companies and others, to do what we call self-adopt coverage. They weren't mandated by the law, but on their own, they said, we will cover this. and it's changed the lives of, thousands and thousands of children.
And Dave, that was 10 years ago that, about 10 years ago, that legislation became law in Michigan. I think we joined, what was something like 30 other states or 29 other states?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. I want to get back to some of the things that you touched on in just a little bit, but I want to get Kimitha Greer, who's a social worker, involved in this. Your title is Navigator Specialist. I'm assuming that applies to autism and not flying planes, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wish I could fly a plane though, because I would be everywhere, honestly.
Well, you're young, so there's plenty of time to learn that skill. Talk about your involvement in this. I understand that you're bilingual and that you have deep interest in this topic.
Yes, absolutely. So I am a navigator specialist, and basically what that looks like is I help families navigate resources. And so a lot of times our families will come to us or call the Autism Alliance not knowing where to go. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I'm not sure how to get an evaluation, or I have Medicaid and I don't know how to start. And that's where I come in. I give them the steps. I lay it out plain as day. Step one is this, then you go here, and then this is when we can get ABA services or speech, right? In addition to that, I do help a lot of my Spanish-speaking families that come from all over. So I have Spanish-speaking families from Puerto Rico, Guatemala, and typically not only do they have issues with finding services, but also navigating being in a different country. And I also educate them about that, what our medical system looks like, what our state services look like. And I do enjoy that because I also helped a lot of special needs kids in Ecuador as well. So a piece of my heart is there.
Right.
But yeah, so very passionate about that.
Very good. All right, I need to get a little break in here, a little pause for the cause. We'll come right back and we'll pick up on this very interesting discussion right after this. Dr. Allen, is there a cure on the horizon for this?
There is no cure on the horizon. Great research being done in terms of etiology or cause. And what we do know today is that there's a genetic basis to autism. What's more commonly researched is really what are those environmental triggers that potentially contribute to autism. That's really where the bulk of research now is headed. So we do not have a cure. We do not know the cause, but we do know that with years and years of studies now that interventions at the earliest ages can transform a life. Almost 50% participate in regular education, and with quality inclusive options through the school system can go on to lead an independent life.
Has the public sector of Michigan, whether it's from state government or local government, have they really stepped up to the plate in addressing autism spectrum disorder? And are we making great progress here?
Mm-hmm. The state, through a federal mandate, added applied behavior analysis, which—
And let me interrupt you for just a second. The reason I bring that up is those of us who've covered politics in this state for a long time, we certainly remember when Brian Calley was lieutenant governor. And he really raised the bar on this and was a champion across the state. And of course, he was in a high profile position. So I'm wondering, have things increased and gotten better since he and others have stepped in?
Well, we have most definitely seen a significant expansion of the autism service market, no question. From the legislation, now a Medicaid benefit that covers these same therapies that I just mentioned. So as far as off from the public side, covering our population for what they need for interventions, absolutely. There are still challenges getting through community mental health to access those services. That's really the breakdown that we see regularly. And being a statewide organization, we see the disparities in regions. It truly is a situation where you live makes a difference in what you get. So we have been advocating for consistency, accountability, quality services, accessible to all. And that's where I would say a lot of work at the state and public side is really needed. And not to say that the private market is exponentially better, but we see different kinds of challenges. And I think Kim would agree, probably more complex when you have to work through our community mental health agencies.
What is needed most to make sure that we are taking people that have autism and incorporating them into our overall society and into the work area and making sure that they can lead productive lives and be of great service to the business community and not discriminate against them?
It's a great question, Chuck. So I, not only as an employer, but I co-chair the mayor's workforce development board with Cindy Paskey. And, Colleen is on that board with us as we, focus not only on autism, but people with disabilities. But we recently stood back and said we've made a lot of progress on autism, including the legislation and access to therapies. But the one area that we now have set our goal, and we actually call it our moonshot goal, is on employment, because roughly 90% of the adults on the spectrum are unemployed. They don't participate in the workforce, and it's a complex problem because part of it has to do with education and the supply side of the equation, but the other part of the problem is the demand side and getting the business community and employers to expand their definition of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and include people on the spectrum and people with disabilities as they consider employment. So we've set a goal of putting 100,000 adults on the spectrum into jobs, and that's going to force us to look at the whole life cycle of individuals, from early diagnosis to special education, vocational training, but then also working with the business community to step up and start hiring people on the spectrum. And some have done that. Ford Motor Company is a great example. DTE has stepped into this space, and we have other employers, Home Depot and others, that have started to shift and make this a priority.
Sure. Kimitha, does autism affect people of color more than or in a different way than other members of our society? Because I keep hearing that there's a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will say a lot of people of color, unfortunately, either go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed. And I think that's one of our biggest concerns. As far as affecting them in a different way, absolutely. So most of the time, they are either diagnosed with conduct disorder or operational defiance disorder, which then I'm sure you heard of school to prison pipeline, gives them that stereotype or that stigma of people of color who may have autism, but being seen as bad, right? Or just not showing the behavior that the society wants them to show. And so I will say research has shown that a lot of African Americans and Hispanic children are 5 times more likely to be misdiagnosed and also undiagnosed when it comes to ASD.
Very good. Dr. Allen, time's always our worst enemy. I'm going to give you the last word. I hear there's a big dinner coming up, may even be sold out. Either you or Dave Meter can take this on. Tell us a little bit in the brief time that we have left about that and how people can get involved.
It's our annual dinner held in Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, April 23rd at Motor City Casino. We did sell out yesterday, but we are encouraging everybody who is interested in attending. We have a virtual option, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, but we seem to always fit everybody in the end. So please don't be discouraged from wanting to register.
To participate. Okay, so even if you may not be able to get there in person, there's still a virtual option and maybe both. And it's a fundraiser, which is obviously very important to be able to raise more money for
Chuck,
autism.
let me just say, everything we do for families, we do it at no cost, which is why this fundraiser is so critical.
Mhm.
Great. Very good. Great. And I'm sure people can get more information if they go to your website. We'll link it to WXYZ.com, which will make it easy for people to find if they just go to the Spotlight section on WXYZ.com, and they can get all the information that they want. And we welcome getting you all back to talk more about this as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
It's a pleasure, and thank you so much for being with us today on Spotlight. And coming up, we'll turn our attention to the Detroit Music Awards, and Gary Graff, music journalist, will join us right after this. And welcome back to Spotlight. Joining me now is a very familiar face, Gary Graff. He is the award-winning music journalist, author, writes for the Oakland Press and a whole bunch of other folks, and the czar, I should say, of the Detroit Music Awards. Welcome to Spotlight, Gary.
Chuck, thanks for having me.
Good. All right, so we're coming up on the annual Detroit Music Awards. This will be what, I guess the third year it'll be virtual?
Third year virtual, 31st overall.
All right, 31st overall. What's on tap this year? What should we expect? I know last year you gave out, I think, something like 70 awards, more or less about the same this year?
Actually, this year it's about 50 awards. We've changed some of the alignment of the awards, and that's really based on voting patterns and what our voters tell us they'd like to see. So it'll be about 50 awards, and the show will include lots of music as well. The Detroit Music Awards should. We have performances by Greta Van Fleet, Johnny B. and the Murder Hornets, Max Saturn, J.T. Harding, Gigi, Blackbach, Polo Frost, Pamela Wise, a performance from the cast of Ain't Too Proud, which is the Temptations musical, and this really great all-star gospel performance to pay tribute to the 50th anniversary of Aretha Franklin's Amazing Grace album.
Absolutely. The awards are coming up on what day and what time?
They will be at 8 o'clock on Sunday, April 24th. They'll be available via a service called mandolin.com. That's MANDOLIN.com. This is the first year we're going with them. They are the leading streaming service for music concerts and music events. And that's just the next step in taking the quality another step up, taking the efficiency another step up, and giving the musicians of Detroit a worldwide platform to where we can show them off.
Yeah, this is a great music town. We have such rich history with it. What do you attribute the success of these awards to? Because if you've been doing it for over 3 decades now, you've obviously got something right.
It's either that or we're really stubborn, right, Chuck?
Could be that too.
I think we've been successful because of Detroit, and the kind of music community it is. We certainly have the goods to show off every year, a music scene that really is second to none around the world. But the reason we've been particularly successful with these virtual shows is the great reputation Detroit music has around the rest of the world. When people hear Detroit music in Europe or Australia or anywhere in the United States or Canada, that really is a market quality, and they want to tune in. They want to see what's going on in the city.
Being virtual, has this really increased the audience that you used to have when you did it in person, just because the reach may be further?
Exponentially, Chuck.
Wow.
And when I say exponentially, I mean we're talking tens of thousands more. In terms of our mission statement being to nurture and expose Detroit music as far and as wide as we can, it just fits it to a T. It's been a surprise, but a wonderful surprise.
So Gary, do you look forward to going back to doing it in person, or do you think you'll stick with this?
To be determined.
Okay.
I think no matter what happens, the virtual component will always be part of what we do, and maybe we find another type of live event for the folks in town. But I don't see us going away from virtual in the future. It's just too impactful.
Sure. Besides the audience, if there's a silver lining, if we can say that has come out of this pandemic for the music industry as a whole, what would it be? Because it certainly has had its challenges, especially for live performances.
Connectivity, Chuck, has been the silver lining. When everybody was taken out of the live places to play, off the road. We all had to learn to connect, and especially the creators, the musicians, the producers, the engineers, they had to learn to connect in a different way. And now it's so much easier to make music together. The actual craft of music is no easier than it ever was, but the actual function of making the music is easier. A DJ in Detroit can collaborate with a guitar player in Australia, and they can add somebody from Europe to the mix. Everybody's sitting in front of their computer.
Gary Graff, thanks for all the good work that you do in keeping Detroit in the forefront of the music business and the eyes of the world. And we wish you a lot of luck this year, and we'll talk to you next year about it, if not sooner.
Thanks so much for having us, Chuck.
All right, it's our pleasure. And when Spotlight returns, we'll remember a trailblazing veteran. Stay with us. And finally today, our condolences to the family and friends of Corporal Calvin Moore, who was an original member of the historic Montford Point Marines. He died last week. When we interviewed him not terribly long ago on this program, he was 96 years young. Fought in World War II, correct?
Right. When we reported to Camp Lejeune, they had a section, everything was segregated then.
Sure.
And it was no buildings. They gave us tents and enough lumber for a floor. So we built our own tent. And we had a wood floor.
That's all you had?
Yes.
You fought really two wars, though. You fought World War II and the enemies that we had, but you also fought the war within our own armed services because of the segregation.
They thought we were going to wash out.
They thought you couldn't cut it.
Yes.
You wanted to prove them wrong.
So
you did prove them wrong.
We decided that regardless of what they threw at us, we were going to overcome it.
You were going to overcome it.
And become Marines.
He will be missed. I'm Chuck Stokes. Have a great week.